It's already on, so whatever. All right, hey, what's up, guys? It's been a little while since I posted anything. I'll get into that little story later. But hey, you can't even see the headlight now. I didn't get a chance to show them. All right. All right, so if y'all remember, no, we'll go. We're good. So if you remember on my other video that I messed up regarding headlight restoration, I'm going to start over again. This time we're going to use one of our other detailers to do it because I would consider them more of a professional than I am. But this is basically the beginning of a headlight untouched. As you can see, she just basically cleaned it with some Windex. But we'll go through the process again. And this light is untouched, and she has already finished this light. This is a customer's car that they brought it in for headlight restoration. And as you can see, the headlight looks really, really good. You get close on it so y'all can see it. Very clear. I would say now the headlight is obviously going to shine brighter and be a little bit more safe for this customer. And this is how foggy the untouched one is. Let me show you all the side version of it. It almost looks like they've already tried themselves to clean this one. So without further ado, she's going to get busy on it, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. What sandpaper are you going to use first?
1000.
She's going to hit it with some 1000 first. Everybody kind of does this a little different. She has a little bit more thorough steps than I do. Sometimes I shortcut it just a little bit, and she's gonna go through a little bit more of the different sandpapers, which in turn I believe it probably gives you a better job in the end. But this is a step. If you have access to air, you can do this at home. Be cautious, guys. She's done this a bunch of times, so she knows what she's doing. So be cautious when you're using sandpaper to just pay attention to your paint, because last thing you want to do is sand on your paint and your sharp edges, because normally you can sand through your sharp edges quicker than anything else. So just be mindful of that, guys, when you do start to begin to do this stuff. And again, it's a pretty quick process. What did it take you on the other window? The other light, about 15 minutes maybe? About 15 minutes or so. Thanks, Saul. Oh yeah. Indeed. This is a Cadillac XTS, I believe. Little SUV. It's been a while since I worked at Cadillac, so I forgot what these are. What kind of Cadillac is this, Saul? CTX? Not a CTX. XTS? SRX, I think. SRX. You know what year it is? Did you look at the paperwork on it? Can you look? Just so if somebody, per se, wants to know how old this is. So, like a 14 maybe?
It's 2012.
2012. Now again, guys, in the bottle, she just has simply Windex in there. It's not diluted. It's just like a commercial grade Windex. Are you dropping down to another sandpaper now?
Yeah,
What do you?
1500.
Okay, now she's got some 1500. And as you can see, she thoroughly sanded the whole headlight. So now we got some 1500 with some 3M. Hey, you know how intricate some people are. Yeah, I'm that way most of the time too, so. Straight Windex, folks.
I'm sure you could use water too.
Yeah, you could probably use water too, but the Windex is actually probably cleaning it as you're using it, basically as a lube to, to sand the physical headlight. So water or Windex would probably be just fine.
They have have like a yeah, like an SUV, another one like just like a truck. You can have like a camper on the side.
Hey, did you leave the you left the little car in my stall?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what car needs to get done first either. O.J. Simpson mobile. Gosh, dog, dude, that's expensive. They just painted or something?
I don't know. That looks nice. Let me see the headlight.
I'm pretty sure I don't remember the years of those Broncos, but wasn't the Blazer first before the Bronco came out? I'm not certain. Oh, I'll get a message on the deal if it hears the music. It'll say a person may file a complaint due to copyrights. All right, now she's just finished with the 1500. She's gonna drop down to the 2000. Mike's on his happy day today or something. This motherfucker! Look at him! How'd that meeting go yesterday, sir?
Boring.
I'm sure.
That same guy talking about, you know, like
The little the older Hispanic gentleman?
yeah, the bald guy.
Oh, that guy?
Oh yeah, dude.
It's those type of insurance meetings are never fun, bro.
Oh no, I was just like,
Falling asleep?
oh,
No, I hear you. And y'all can see, guys, this headlight's really large. It's elongated, a little larger than most of your standard headlights that you'll get, like a headlight just here in the bottom section. So this one's going to take a little bit more time than your standard headlights because of the size of it, but process is the same. You're just covering a little bit more real estate with this very large headlight. When you have these fogged up headlights, just the sanding alone, you can begin to see very quickly that it starts to remove some of that oxidation and the scale off the front of the headlight. It's just when that buffing comes in that actually shines it up and then starts to remove the scratches that you potentially put in them while you're sanding it. So now she's got the same compound that we used last time. It's a fast gloss. This is basically a commercial version of like the 3M yellow, if I'm not mistaken. Also, that could be had at your AutoZones and auto parts stores. So this is not a heavy grit compound. It's almost your basic last stage when you're doing a buff. So it's somewhat of a fine grit, but it does have some cutting capabilities to it. Same stuff as in my other video, guys. And it's completely covered with that compound, as y'all can see. Now she has a wool pad on a small 3M buffer. You know the RPM on that by chance? Well, she has the RPM up on the highest setting. I don't know what. Hey, did they tell you what RPM that spins at by chance? Do you remember? It's like 2,500. What does it say? What's the RPM on it? 2,200 RPM, guys. So if you're using a home buffer, larger buffer, we're maxing this one out at 2,200 RPM. Y'all can see it's still a little foggy, but all that's gonna come out. As you can see, she buffed off all the existing compound that she previously applied. You done any of these headlights? Yeah. You feel real comfortable doing them? Depending on how bad the lights are, like these were pretty done bad. And y'all get some in here that are not that bad. This headlight has some pretty sharp edges up here towards the top, and as y'all can see, when she's getting to these crucial areas, she's slowing down. So one, she doesn't get into the paint, and two, she doesn't heat up these tight edges on the top of these headlights, because this is what burns really quickly when you're dealing with these wool pads or when you're dealing with anything that has some RPM buffing. So all right, so now final step is she went to a small foam pad, and this is a 3M product. As you can see, it's the ultrafine machine polish. Part number on that is 06068, and this is what's going to give it its final luster and help take out any swirls and ultrafine scratches that are in the plastic from the sanding process. Same thing as before, guys. The entire surface of the headlight has been covered. She's getting a good even coat all the way on the whole headlight, and the process will start basically all back over again on removing that material off the headlight. And as y'all can see, immediately the luster is back in the headlight. The clarity, the removal of the scratches and any haziness that's in there is very quickly removed. You can see the clarity of it right away. As I said, with a small compressor at home, guys, you can do this yourself. And you can hear the RPM coming down on the machine because of the caution that she's using around the painted surface. So instead of just keeping your machine at that high RPM, she's slowing down on those edges not to burn the paint. I don't know the cost of replacing these headlights, but I'm sure they're probably upwards of $1,000, $1,500 for one of these large projection buckets. So this is a very good solution to restore your headlights and make them look as close as new as possible in what some would say a rather short period of time. So as of right now, we're about 16 minutes in on a headlight, on restoring one headlight. Sal, do you know what they charge for headlight restoration here, sir? I have no idea either. You good? All right, folks. She says she's gonna call it good. I think it looks good. And there is a headlight restored on a Cadillac SRX. Thanks for the views. Thanks to Madison for allowing us to film this video and see how its headlight restoration is done. Thank you guys. If this is helpful to y'all, like, subscribe. Have a great day. Thank you.